Do you feel like your sales process isn't working no matter how much effort you put into it? Or you may just feel, hey, I just don't know how to sell. That's exactly how Giselle felt before we worked together. And just by having our conversation, it created a complete change and transformation in her and how she showed up on her sales calls, in her sales conversations. Within the first 2 to 4 days after getting off that call, she was able to generate an additional $4,000 in revenue.
What has happened recently?
I finally learned how to do sales. You had that call with Colin, and the first thing he said was, it's not about the technique if you don't have the confidence. I got to put it into action literally the very next day. So I implemented it and I was selling. I think it was like 1,500 when I did the math. I'm like, so I've already sold 1,500. The next day I sold 2,000.
So let's talk a little bit then. Who are you and what is your membership about?
Okay, so my name's Giselle Beaumais. And
Giselle is an amazing coach, hypnotherapist, community builder. She does a lot of great content and attract a lot of great people to her. But despite having those strengths, she struggled with one of the key areas in her business was consistently converting that audience, those people who actually wanted to buy from her, converting them into her products and her services. Now, before we worked together, Giselle did about 30 coaching sessions, mini coaching sessions, she called them, and her conversion rate was below 10%. So she often felt unsure about transitioning from coaching into selling and during those conversations. And she found herself offering Band-Aid solutions. That's one of the things she figured out on the call. She found herself offering Band-Aid solutions instead of really guiding the prospects to a bigger solution and committing to that bigger solution. So what we did on that call is really change the entire way she showed up and her sales process. So here's Giselle talking about some of the results that she was able to create. And she was actually sharing this with her mentor, Arlen Hamilton, on a YouTube interview that Arlen did with her. And I've had the pleasure of being a consultant in Arlen's community that helps that community with improving their sales and their overall selling abilities. So let's hear what Giselle has to say, and I'll be right back with you.
I talked to Colin and he pointed out something that really was like, oh, and he said, all you're really doing is giving them some quick steps. You're just going like this, giving them stuff in that short period of time that they're not going to be able to really implement. It's too much and it needs more. So you think you're helping, but you're not really helping because they're not going to be able to integrate it. He goes, what would be really helpful is if you gave them clarity about what their problem is. And which is true. A lot of them don't know what their true problem is. They just know they're not where they want to be. And so just gaining clarity is a huge win. So now I just do the call to help them gain clarity about what the problem is. And then I match them up to what the solution is, which is either, it could be stay in the free membership. That's where your solution is, or is come to my paid membership. That's where the transformation can be for what you need, or is the coaching that would give you that solution. Yeah. And it feels good to me, but it feels good to them too.
So one of the biggest breakthroughs Giselle had was shifting her sales call format. Instead of a blend of coaching and selling, she learned how to lead with a breakthrough, a discovery session to guide the potential client towards getting clarity around what is the true pain they're experiencing and the true desired result. And by doing so, that person had more certainty around what is it they want to solve. And that made the transition into selling a little bit easier, especially since she had a powerful solution for that person on the call. So as you heard, sometimes it's about clarity, right? Helping people really get clear. And it's not about doing more on the call. It's doing more of the right things, right? Being more effective with the right things in a way to support people, focusing and guiding that potential client to come to their own conclusions, right? Understand, okay, I need help versus you as a person selling, like pushing your thing. And when she had that clarity, there was an instant breakthrough for her that allowed her to get off of that call with me and then change her format and really dived into using what we talked about to create those amazing results. So here are some of the things that Giselle specifically implemented coming out of our calls. And the first thing she did was change her mindset, right? Is realizing, hey, it's not about knowing how to read a script. It's about having the confidence and belief in what you're doing. That energy transfers. The second thing she really came away with was knowing how to revise her sales call format, right? Instead of offering solutions up front, she structured the calls in such a way that allowed that potential client to really get clear on what are their real pains, what are the challenges, what is it they're truly looking to accomplish, and if it fit the solution that she offered, then she was able now to bridge that gap and offer her membership, her coaching, and some of the other cool things that she does. The other thing we help her do was really focus on her offering, right? Helping her clearly communicate the benefits of being a part of her programs. How would that help the potential clients, right? She used the FTBB method a framework that I've come up with. And I think in another video, I share with you what that is. It's the FTBB method. And she used that to really clearly communicate the value of what that person would experience as a result of working with her. Then we dived into the payment structure and created some different payment options that address the concerns of those who wanted to join our program, but they really didn't have all the funds. So we created some options where she had a flexible payment option without having to discount the value of our program. There was some more flexibility built in there through pricing, and that's something that I think is one of the things that a lot of coaches miss. They usually go to discounts versus looking for a way they can keep the value in the program, but offer flexible payment options. And that's one of the things I'm super excited that Giselle implemented. And lastly, she used language that had the potential clients live into the person that they want to become, right? And that's something, again, we teach in the FTBB process, right? So as you share your offer, what she did is speak, okay, as a result of us doing these things, these are some of the transformations, some of the benefits of those transformations you'll see. And it becomes very natural for someone to see, oh, there's a path to me going to get into the desired outcome that I wanted. So those are some of the things we worked on specifically in Giselle's case that's created these amazing results for her. I'll share with you a full testimonial video that she did talking about the process that we worked together. And then I'll come right back and give you an action step to help you create some changes in your business through developing a sales process that truly works.
I had the pleasure of having a session with Colin, and I knew that he was going to be good at sales. What I didn't know is that everything he taught me, I would be able to implement the very next day with results that I would not have been able to get had I not had that one-on-one with Colin. He is so good at not just teaching you, but showing you through the call what you need to work on and how to make adjustments. And it all went for me from feeling like sales was something hard that I can't really do and I'm not good at, to understanding that sales is simply about matching your services to the right people and in being able to express it in a way that is effective and is helpful to that person just as much as is helpful to you. I can say I am good at sales. And before that call, I would not have been able to say that. Thank you so much, Colin, for passing on so much wisdom to me during that session.
So what I really love about Giselle's story is that it shows that having a clear, structured sales process can completely transform your business. And she went from feeling unsure about selling to confidently closing and enrolling more clients into her program. And that became, that energy alone has helped her close even more people into her programs and have certainty as she sell, right? So it now becomes, she knows because of having a process like that, hey, if I do this process, I can really help people get clear. And then for those that I can help, I can position my offer. And a lot of them are going to say yes, right? Right now, last email I got from her, she went from closing less than 10% of the people she spoke to, enrolling them into her programs, to closing about 35% consistently. She's looking to grow that. Now, those are amazing results because she implemented. And I'd love to put you in a position where you can actually implement. So there's a link somewhere below if you want a transformation similar to Giselle. There's a link below, and in that link you can schedule a one-on-one call with me. It's a sales strategy brainstorming session, and what we do on that call is three things. One, I want to get to know you, understand what is it you're doing, what is your business you're building, and your goals. And then really identify what is that specific thing or things that's preventing you from selling, right? And enrolling as many people into the program or into your products and services that you actually would like to have in those products and services. And then lastly, we'll leave the call with at least 3 action steps that you can take to help you improve your selling process. Now,